Hello everyone, and welcome to this AZ-900 Azure Fundamental Hands-on Guide. My name is Vimal Singh, and in this particular video, we are not going to just talk about what exactly AZ-900 is and their logical concept. It is moreover experiencing Azure. So I'll guide you how and what are the platform and the places are there that we can use to practice Azure AZ-900 content. Now, the first thing why we should go with hands-on. So if you're preparing for AZ-900, it is entry-level course, but this course also try to understand how actually Azure and the services works. And for that, it becomes important for the participant to go and explore their services practically. If you see their official content, it's not just limited for cloud concept. It also talks about the services like computer storage networking. It also talks about the governance, lifecycle pricing, and security also compliances. Not all the questions are going to be conceptual. There are some questions that would be scenario based. So if you have done your hands dirty with the practical, definitely you will answer it correctly. Otherwise, you will be guessing the answer for those questions. Now we have two places from where we can do the hands-on. The first one is AZ-900 sandbox and second one is interactive guide. You must be thinking that, hey, do we need to buy the subscription to do the exercises? So no subscription needed at this place. Microsoft provides you the subscription that you will use to practice your entire AZ-900 content. Let's jump towards the demonstration and see how we can access and use sandbox and interactive guide. So the first thing, you need to search for AZ-900 in your browser and you will get Microsoft official link. You just need to scroll it down and look for the learning path. The first learning path, as it contains only theoretical concept, so you will not have any exercise at this place, and we cannot launch any sandbox from this particular learning path. So we need to go back and look for the learning path which will take you on a sandbox. As you can see, second learning path has some exercise here. Now, if I click on that exercise or open in a new tab, it will take you on a sandbox. You need to sign in to activate your sandbox. You must have Microsoft account and multi-factor authentication must be enabled. Once you signed in, now it will show you how much time you got to complete this exercise, as you can see here. Now it will also load the console, depends on what exercise that you're going to do. As you can see, as per this, we got Cloud Shell. Now the exercise will tell you what command you have to execute. For example, here I got bash shell, so I can execute bash commands, and there we go. Now we can switch to PowerShell by clicking here, or we have option to type the command to move from bash shell to PowerShell. So as you can see, PWS is the command that I executed. Now my console is moving, shell is moving to the PowerShell, and there you can go. We got PowerShell. Now we can execute the PowerShell command. As you can see, get it. And if I have to go back bash, I'll click on a type bash and it will take you back on the bash shell. Now I can execute the bash commands and switch back to the PowerShell as per the request. Now you can see here Microsoft has clearly instructed you what you have to test. For example, if I have to open IDE development environment within the console, we can do that. And it's not just command line, you're getting portal as well, where you can graphically experience. This is the link. You need to click here and it will take you on the portal. Again, you need to sign in. Once you are in, now you can create the resources. But before that, check, did you get this subscription or not? So as you can see, yes, you got the subscription from Microsoft to practice. Now to create the resource, I can go to the all services or the resources, or we have multiple approaches. As per your instruction, you can do that. So I clicked on create resource. We can create function or a web app. Now let's try to create a virtual machine. So create virtual machine. Now we are going to pick the resource group. Then we are going to type the virtual machine name. We can select the location wherever we want to create the virtual machine. And now we can select the images and size. After that, as you can see, 2019. and we are going to type the username for this particular virtual machine, for example, AZ-user, and password, definitely I'm not going to tell you. Okay, so yeah, now after that, we just need to say review plus create and create. So your virtual machine will start spinning out, and see, you got your virtual machine ready. And how simple it is. Without any subscription, without buying a subscription, you're able to practice. That's great. Now we can execute the second exercise directly by moving from here, or we can click on the module drop down key and we can click on any next exercise directly from here. Also, we can go back to the page, and from there, if you can see any exercise, we can directly click on that exercise and perform the task from here. So that sounds good and simple, where we can practice our AZ-900 exercises. Now let's move to guided demo. We also call it interactive lab guide. And here you can see all the exercise that you need to test for AZ-900 is listing at this place. Now we can start all this exercise by clicking on Start Exam Guide. It will take you on a Microsoft official, you can say guided recorded session. You just need to click on play button. And if you can see in the right hand side, you're getting the description pan where all the description will get listed. Now it will instruct you how can you move. Again, we got a list of tasks that we can execute. Here in this, we are going to execute this particular scenario, which is listing at this place, create a virtual machine and the portal. Now, what are the tasks we have to execute? That is mentioned here. And by clicking on next, we can jump to that place. So here we go. And we are going to create a virtual machine. So we selected that virtual machine, click on create, click on virtual machine. Then we are going to pick the resource group, which is existing. Now VM, we are going to pick again the location. Then we are going to scroll it down and select the images that you want to use in your virtual machine, create the username, password, and again password. Now scroll it down and then select the port if you want to enable any specific while creating, or later also you can do. Now the other setting, you can also set it as per your requirement, because we are getting this complete understanding. Now click enable or disable as per requirement, then review plus create. And there we go. Now your virtual machine will start spinning, and here you can see the virtual machine got created now. Now, the second task is connect to the virtual machine. How we can connect this created virtual machine? So we can go to the virtual machine, then connect RDP, download that RDP file. Then we just need to click that RDP connection, put the username that you created and the password for that. Once you provided, you will be into the virtual machine, and there you can see we are inside the virtual machine now. Now, as per the task, we have to install web server on this particular server. So let's see how we can install. So click on start, click on more, run as administrator, execute the command to install the web server. Now, once you execute it, installation will get initiated and installation is completed now. Once you're done, we can access this public IP and make sure that virtual machine is accessible or not. Sorry, the page. So yes. Now we can directly move to the next exercise by clicking on from the next button, and it will take you on the next exercise. You can see this is for create web app. Same experience you will have, all the instruction, and there we have a create a web app. Next. Okay, so create a new web app using Docker. These are the tasks that we need to perform at this place. Let's get it started. So similar experience, you need to start, then click on our app service, click on create, and then put the resource name, resource group name in which you want to create the resource, and then you can provide the name and the other thing. So as you can see, this is going to be very quick and simple. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, and I hope you got an idea that how actually this two platform works, where you can practice AZ-900 actual content. Once again, thank you so much for joining us.